Try this again. Hi, it's Marshana Rogers. I just deleted my video. So, but it's okay. Um, Talking about doing justice in my context. And to do that, I really have to go back and give a little bit of backstory. So I'm on staff with Campus Crusade for Christ, or Cru. I've been on staff for 21 years. My husband and I worked for about 10 years doing campus ministry, and we've been focusing on the city for about 10 years, a little over. And it's just really exciting for me to see the connection between, and hopefully I can connect the dots clearly for everyone, but to see the connection between poverty, people living in poverty, experiencing poverty, and justice and the Great Commission. So Myers said basically poverty is a breakdown in right relationship. It's broken relationships. And Keller said justice is right relationships and restoring right relationships. And our focus with Cru is to connect people in Spokane with life-changing relationships, the most important of which is a relationship with Jesus. So that relationship piece is huge. And Cru has been doing research for about 3.5 years, and one of the things they've discovered, huge group, 10 major metropolitan areas, variety of ethnic groups represented, ages, the whole gamut, people who had a faith background, people who didn't, a whole bunch of different. They'd really tried to cover their base as well. And what they found, surprisingly, is that almost 80% of, or no, over 80% of people are interested in spiritual conversations. There have to be a few things that are true for that to take place. And one of them is it has to be basically done in the context of relationship. The other thing is they want a conversation, not a presentation. And they want people who are willing to walk a mile in their shoes. And really, I think the essence of that is the second greatest commandment, and being able to treat other people the way you want to be treated. I mean, Paul said that sums up all the law and the prophets in Galatians 5:14. And I think looking at justice and thinking about poverty and looking at my context, specifically with the evangelistic organization, it's exciting to see the connection and to realize that what I'm doing as I have spiritual conversations with people and as I'm discipling people and engaging in challenging assumptions, that's all really part of my context. And I think I'd compartmentalize things more until starting this class. One of the practical things I've done because of watching the Urbanized video is I emailed a developer today. I don't know that I'll hear from him, but there's a new development going in right on the edge of the West Central neighborhood, and it's going to be a really nice development. Really, 2 towers, possibly 3. I don't know, a whole lot of space, mixed use, condos and restaurants and shops. So I emailed the developer to say, what are you doing to meet the needs of the people who aren't going to benefit from the building you're putting up? I tried to word it really nice, but we'll see if he emails me back. I wouldn't have done that, though, outside of the context of watching Urbanized and doing the reading that we've been doing. So another thing that I can do is I'm challenging assumptions on social media a lot. But I'm also engaging in conversations that I never would have ever thought about. So one of the things that we've done, I'm part of a homeschool leadership team for a homeschool group, and we're hosting a conference in May. And we have a woman coming down from the Colville Indian Reservation to talk about Native American history. She's white, she's not Native, but she's married to a Native, and she has kids who were raised on the reservation. So she brings a really unique perspective. Super excited to have an opportunity for her to share. And then I went to a social impact workshop, and I'm meeting with the gal who led the workshop. She's a social impact advisor. And she talked about certified B Corps. You may know what that is. I didn't know what they were, and she identifies as an atheist. So connecting with her, that's a way I can have a spiritual conversation, but it's not all about the gospel. It's about justice. And I think I can engage with a lot of people on that topic, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be able to just to see how my in my context of being on staff with an evangelistic organization, really it connects to justice, and advocating for justice, I think, is a natural outflow of loving God with my whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, and loving others as myself. Because if I love people, if I love somebody the way I want to be loved, it's why I started Mamo. But it's also, I'm not gonna, if I don't want my kids to be exploited, I'm not gonna invest in the exploitation or invest in the exploitation of other people's kids. If I don't want my daughters to be trafficked, then I need to recognize that that's wrong for other people's kids too. And just I still there's still some work on articulating, but I see how the pieces fit together, and I'm really excited, and it's changing how I engage both inside my community that I have already and outside. Oh, the other thing I'm doing, and you can pray for this, please. I'm getting together with a city councilwoman the end of March to talk to her about different perspectives on poverty, so that the city, just to share information, because the city's struggling to know how to respond to the growing homelessness crisis. And I think to know how to respond well, they have to understand what the theory of poverty that they're going to operate with is. So that's on the 29th of March, and I'm so excited to be helping advocate for justice for people who don't have a voice, with a city councilwoman who may never may not talk to very many of them, but I can help her at least be aware of the different perspectives on poverty. And I'm really excited about what kind of opportunity that will be. So thank you so much for your time. I look forward to your questions and comments. Bye.